Hello, everyone. Let's talk about icon types and functions. First, we understand icon types and functions through micro lecture. What are icons? Is it this, or this? In our daily lives, we encounter various types of icons and symbols everywhere. Examples include traffic warning signs on roads, public restroom signs and no smoking signs in public places, various brand logos and company emblems, mascots designed for special events with unique meanings, app icons on mobile phones. Students, let's think. Why do we use these symbols in daily life? Which ones are the icons we'll be studying? What categories do they have and what functions do they serve? Let's step into the world of icons and explore them in depth. Students, what icons do you see in your daily life? Let's discuss. For example, in my daily life, I see WeChat, Alipay and QQ icons. When you order food delivery, which apps do you use? 美团、饿了, Me. Right. They also have distinctive icons. For example, what color is 饿了, Me's icon? Blue. And 美团 Yellow. There are many apps in daily life, and correspondingly many icons. Next, we'll learn about icon classification. Through this micro lecture, the design of icons can be generally divided into three categories. First, according to the function, it can be divided into the following three types. Interactive icons have the ability of two-way information transmission. They can not only convey certain information to users, guide and help users perform specific operations. At the same time, they also allow users to transmit control information to the program. Decorative icons. They are mainly used to improve the design of the page, deepen the personalized design style, enhance the user's online experience, cater to the preferences of the audience group, and improve the design affinity. Explanatory icons are visual markers that clarify the types of information icons and distinguish different functions or contents. In simple terms, they are explanations of their functions according to their form of expression. The first category is pictographic icons, which is the same as the origin of Chinese characters. Pictographic icons convey meaning through configurations similar to their reference objects. For example, an icon in the shape of an apple. The meaning it expresses is an apple, and this is currently the most popular type of icon. Pictographic icons include many current mainstream icon design styles, including linear icons, planar icons, realistic icons, hand-drawn icons, and so on. The second category is indicative icons. Indicative icons are not as intuitive as pictographic icons. Let's illustrate with an example. The three symbols in the picture are a game console, a game controller, a teacup, and a crown respectively. We can think of video games, coffee, and a king. But just like this, the application scope of these icons will be very narrow. We extend their meaning. Entering the second layer of meaning, a game controller implies entertainment, while coffee gives people a feeling of relaxation and comfort. The crown has the implication of nobility. With such an expansion of connotations, these icons can be applied to many functions of different places. Icon classification by design style. Here we present three common icon styles. First, skeuomorphic icons. Skeuomorphic icons aim to recreate real-world objects, with hyper-realistic designs adapting to usage scenarios. Their characteristics include accurate texture representation and proper lighting and shadow effects. Second, linear icons. Linear icons are essentially art of lines, with key design requirements being consistent stroke width throughout the set, 4. Well-proportioned shapes, visual size uniformity, consistent perspective, uniform corner radius. Finally, solid icons. They are representative of flat design error. These are extremely common icons. In flat design, we typically use Boolean operations. Either positive or negative shapes must choose one and stay consistent. Key considerations include visual consistency, uniform perspective, consistent corner radius, similar silhouette area, well-proportioned shapes. Students, icon design standards are fundamental knowledge we must master to enter the design industry. Mastering these will significantly bridge the gap between us and professional design. Of course, this lesson only covers part of the standards. As a demonstration, with industry evolution, continuous learning is essential to keep pace with changes. We just learned about icon classification through the micro lecture. Does everyone remember the concept of Boolean operations from that video? Do you understand this concept? Not really. Let me briefly explain what Boolean operations are. Simply put, complex icons are formed by adding or subtracting simple geometric shapes. This is Boolean operations. Here's another knowledge point for you. Now, let's discuss multi-dimensional icon classification through PPT. From functional dimensions. First, interactive icons. Second, decorative icons. Third, explanatory icons. From presentation forms. First, pictographic icons. Second, metaphorical icons. Third, tool icons. Fourth, hybrid icons. From design styles. First, solid icons. Second, linear icons. Third, flat icons. Fourth, skeuomorphic icons. Fifth, 2.5D icons. Sixth, desktop application icons. Now I'll explain these dimensions in detail. First, interactive icons. Their characteristic is bidirectional information transfer, not only conveying information to users and guiding operations, but also allowing users to send control information to that program. Functionally, they are the most important. For example, login and registration buttons represent this bidirectional interaction. Second, decorative icons. As the name suggests, they provide decorative effects. Their design affinity should resonate with specific activity themes. Third, explanatory icons. Their characteristic is explaining information icon types. Simply put, they explain functions. For example, in Niti's Cloud Music app, functional icons like ranking list, represented by 3 cylinders, radio and live broadcast icons. From presentation forms. First, pictographic icons. Abstract representations of real-life objects with assigned meanings. Example, shopping cart icon abstracted from actual cart shape. Second, metaphorical icons. Connect to unrelated but similarly featured objects through icons. Examples, cloud storage and actual cloud. Settings and tools. Shopping and bag. Third, tool icons. Daily tool representations in mobile apps, like calendar, traditional calendar representation. Clock, real-life clock form. Calculator, with symbols of elementary arithmetic. Fourth, hybrid icons. Combine the above 3 types, often reflecting designers' personal styles, or used in design-focused software. From style classification. First, solid icons. As design students, you should have learned about point-line plane concepts. Solid icons primarily use plane expression with abundant color blocks. They can employ gradients, opacity overlays, etc. Second, linear icons. Expressed through lines, relatively more minimalist. Third, flat icons. Emphasizing graphic expression, without shadows or gradients. They typically use lines, planes, and color blocks. Fourth, skeuomorphic icons, which strive to resemble real-world objects as closely as possible. Fifth, 2.5D icons. What does 2.5D mean? It adds three-dimensional effects on a two-dimensional plane. Take Douyin, TikTok as an example. Its icon is very eye-catching. Comparing interfaces with versus without icons, the difference in effect is very significant. If this interface only uses text and no icons, let's take a look at the effect comparison. Which looks better, left, text only, or right, with icons? Another example, mobile interfaces. Pure text versus text and icons. Clearly the latter is better. Now please hand draw linear icons using test sheets. Remember, linear icons are expressed through lines. Take out your paper test sheets and pens to begin hand drawing. You've completed hand drawing linear icons. Let me summarize how to draw them. First, document editing icons. Draw icons related to documents and folders. Second, online reading icons. Books, computer monitors, etc. Third, document save icon. Floppy disk symbol. Like words save button. Fourth, file search icon. Magnifying glass symbol. This is our classwork. The homework is to refine your linear icons. Based on these concepts, class dismissed. Thank you everyone.